It's a person, a teacher that has used some of their time to continue to progress and develop as a teacher. Someone who's taken some leadership in the teaching arena as well.
En litt anerkjennelse av det å prøve å utvikle undervisningen til mer studentaktive læringsmetoder, altså de metodene som vi vet at studentene lærer bedre av.
Well, it's a nice recognition that the university values teaching and has a very formalized way of assessing what makes a good teacher.
Merittert underviser, det en slags akademisk titel som man søker om og kan få etter søknader gitte kriterier og kan få den statusen som merittert underviser hvis du har oppfylt av det som kravene.
The main advantages and one of the main motivations for doing a flipped classroom, a more interactive teaching, more collaborative group work, more problem solving, is we're teaching them how to think, not what to think.
It's also satisfying for me to organize information and find ways to get it across. In the old days, of course, that used to be by doing a good and entertaining lecture. And you think you're doing a great job, but as you learn more and more about it, you realize that you have to find other ways.
Jeg liker veldig godt å ha kontakt med studentene og se det engasjementet de har og læreviljen de har. Og så veldig fokus på å få knyttet lab-oppgaver sammen inn i resten av læringsmålene i faget. At det alt skal være en enhet og ikke ha labben litt på siden, sånn som det ofte kunne være eller kan være.
By teaching, I learn a lot of stuff and understand things more deeply that is then useful for my research. I would bring research problems into teaching and teaching solutions into research. So I very much enjoy getting students to do original research and to think of themselves as researchers rather than just students.
Og da tenker jeg jo at det jo like viktig å drive utvikling og tenke som forskere også på det vi gjør på undervisningssiden.
There's a lot of goodwill out there. Most of my colleagues really want to teach better, but because there's this continuous competition between using your time for research where the rewards are immediate and very quantifiable versus teaching.
I think it is good fun to interact with young people and to see them trying to understand and their enthusiasm to learn. I teach in the way that I enjoy the most. It's quite selfish. But if I'm not enjoying it, then the students are not enjoying it. Because a lot of good teaching comes from enthusiasm, and that comes from having fun. So using more interactive techniques is always more fun.
Studentene vanlige mennesker. De vil også gjerne ha det enkelt og lettvint og sitte gjerne og synes forelesninger veldig behagelig.
The studies, the data, the science on education shows that the traditional method, as comfortable as it is for all of us, just doesn't work. And if we want to take our jobs as educators seriously, we have to do more of what we have kids do in first grade. We don't lecture to kids in first grade. We give them arithmetic problems to solve. We give them writing exercises to do, and so forth. And somehow, as we move higher up the chain, and a lot of this has to do with hundreds of years of tradition at universities.
Og jeg ser jo at det flere og flere som nu legger om undervisning og tenker nytt om undervisning. Så jeg tror det en liten kulturendring på gang.